But Sanju Verma, the government doesn't seem to want to lacks one factor, which is empathy. You see, all this is all very well. I have appointed a CBI investigation. There is a law now which will be far stricter. Where is the empathy? Where is the empathy to the students? I am showing those images of Dharmendra Pradhan. He has met some of the students, but the general attitude of the government is the students, those who are complaining, you remember originally, those who are complaining are motivated. That's the problem.
Yeah.
There's a lack of trust. Government has not inspired trust in the students.
Rajdeep, I heard you. We are having a sensible debate. I will make a few very relevant points. First and foremost, thank you for showcasing that this quid pro quo that Mr. Vivek Thakur mentioned never existed, does not exist between the government and IIT Madras, because Mr. Thakur could not substantiate his reckless allegations. I've met him only once before in a panel discussion. I've called out his bluff. I don't know him personally.
Move on to my question.
Thank you. I have one very interesting thing to say to Mr. Perry. He's obviously an entrepreneur in his own right, but he was an investment banker at SBI Capital Markets. He says that IIT Madras started with a confirmation bias. So, Mr. Perry, in good humor, I can tell you that you are starting with a rejection bias. Just as there's confirmation bias, there's also people who are prone to rejection bias, and they find a conspiracy in anything that the Narendra Modi government does, good, bad, or ugly. But now I'll come to the more interesting bit. Let's move away from confirmation and rejection biases. And yes, since everybody's spoken about their educational qualifications, I've done my public policy economics from Oxford and worked in the best, JP Morgan, as an investment banker, if that is worth anything on this debate. Now let me come to the moot points. And let me say this. Whether this government lacks empathy, very respectfully, I disagree completely, unconditionally, unequivocally with evergreen anchor of India today, Rajdeep Sardesai. It is because today you have Narendra Modi at the helm of affairs, Rajdeep Sardesai, Sanju Verma, and all the others on the panel are having a discussion on what can be done to improve the credibility of NTA. We had the All India Law exam, the All India Engineering exams, the All India, medical exams. All these exams saw massive paper leakages between 2006 and 2009. There was no TV discussion. The media was scared to even mention this when the proxy government of Sonia Gandhi / Manmohan Singh was in power. Let me finish now.
No, you're not giving me answers. I'm giving you 30 seconds more.
I'm coming to your question.
Yeah, please come to my question.
Now. Rajdeep, I'm answering you. Now let me talk about empathy. I always believe Rajdeep sitting here and talking about empathy is worth nothing. Sanju Verma sitting and talking about empathy is worth nothing. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Action speaks louder than words. And I want to tell you something. There was a mention of a 23-year-old NEET aspirant called Anurag Yadav by the Congress spokesperson, and she is right. Anurag Yadav was given the NEET paper a day before the exam. And who did he name? He named Preetam Yadav. Who is Preetam Yadav? He is the personal secretary of Tejasvi Yadav.
Ma'am, we have gone through this in the past. You see, this is my problem. I am trying to look ahead. No, 1 minute, ma'am. We've had debates on this. No, please. I have spoken about... No, madam. Again, you are making a reckless allegation. You are making a reckless allegation just like was made earlier. Because there is no proof at the moment. Let the CBI investigate if Tejas...
Is there proof of anything that you say about Modi?
Madam, where are we? Okay, please. I asked you a question on empathy. You've gone in another direction. मैं आपको ले जाना था China की तरफ. You've gone towards Nepal. But let's get Shama Mohammed in. Shama Mohammed has a final word. You see, these are issues that require a broad bipartisan consensus. Only then will we have a new exam. Y'all are saying you want NTA to... You're saying get rid of NTA. What is the solution then? Do y'all have a concrete solution?
No, I will tell you, Rajdeep, what we need to do. See, what I believe is that this sort of centralized exam, when we started this NEET, why was it done? Because there were 46 exams all over the country. There was a capitation issue, and we have different syllabus. We have the state board, the CBSE, the IB, and another syllabus. So this is the reason why we had it. And at that point of time, when it started, if a child wanted to write this exam after their 12th standard, they had to have 50% marks. You know what the Bharatiya Janata Party government did? First, they reduced it to 35%, and now it's 0. It's anybody who has finished their 12th standard can write NEET. I fail to understand, are we making car mechanics or are we making doctors? It's important that there should be a basic minimum age group. And the other thing, what
would you replace NTA with, ma'am? You're saying get rid of NTA. How would you replace the National Testing Agency?
I would want a JPC in this, that let all the political parties, because let's understand, education is in the concurrent list. So there should be a dialogue between states and the central government. For example, in Tamil Nadu, why do they want this? Why do they not want NEET? It's because the students there, before they study in Tamil medium in the rural areas, they go with their marks, how much marks they get into the medical colleges, and they get back into the system in Tamil Nadu, into the primary healthcare system. Now what's happened is, before it was around 15 to 20%, now only 1.5% are able to get these through these exams. So therefore, unless we have in United States and UK, there is a standardized educational system. Let's understand that. All of them have public schools, which are very standardized. But we have multiple.
So are you calling for a decentralized exam to replace NEET?
I prefer a decentralized. Yes, we should go in for a decentralized. Unless and until
who will supervise? If there is no NTA, who will supervise it?
That's what I mentioned. There should be a discussion between the state and the center, since education falls in the concurrent list.
So you're saying that
let's get a discussion.
Okay.
And let's be a JPC.
Okay, you made the points. Sanju Verma has made her points. Maheshwar Perry has made.
Can I take 10 seconds more?
No, you can't get 10 seconds more. I have another guest today. I am not being biased towards you. Please don't tweet after the show that Rajdeep Sardesai didn't give me his 10 seconds. No, madam. I cannot.
Small point.
Aja, what is it? 20 seconds, and I'm counting. Go ahead.
Thank you. My one small point is this, that, let the opposition not politicize this, because NEET as a concept was introduced in 2010. The first NEET exam was held on the 5th of May 2013. When the Modi government came to power, it replaced NEET for the first 2 years.
Point taken. Point taken. Good point.
Sanju Verma?
The Congress wanted NEET reinstated. You are not even a proper
News without noise. Put the volume down. Ma'am, I try and project the show as news without noise, and I get killed when there is so much of noise, but I appreciate you joining us. As I get older, I find it more difficult to deal with noise, but I appreciate my guests joining us. You, the viewer, must decide, do we need a centralized exam or do we need a more decentralized examination system?